Hey, thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to give you a really brief introduction to a new feature we've added, which is designed to let you more easily communicate with your customers. I had previously shown you where you now have the ability to change the messaging to your customers. So just as a refresher, you have the ability to change the subject and body of emails that are sent, and you can change a default one. If you click on email, you can change the default. And this is what will be sent to everybody unless you've defined one that is for customers. You can define basically a different subject and body with a different voice is the idea, with a voice that's more customer facing. In this one we say, as part of your support contract, we continuously monitor for software being added or removed. We detected a change, wanted to let you know. Details, and then if you have any questions, please call our help desk, your partner. So you have the ability to create an email with a voice that's very specific to your customer and the message you want sent to them. So we've also added tools to make it easier for you to communicate with more of your customers. Previously, you used to have to create a user account for that customer, basically a login under the user management, and then you'd have to go and set that customer up to get the alerts that you wanted them to get. We've tried to make that much simpler if you want to send alerts to your customers. You have the ability now to specify emailing your customers directly from the Manage Customer screen. So if I go in and if I look at a particular customer, we'll go look at this China buffet, and when I'm editing this customer, I now have the ability to, under reporting, to specify that I would like some events sent in real time. So when these occur, I want to send high priority events to my customer, or I have specific events that I want to send to my customer. So you have the ability to go in and specify directly from the screen that you want to send emails in real time when an event's detected to your customer. And then you can put in a list of email addresses for this customer that you would like these sent to. So if you've defined an email subject and body for the customer, it will use that when sending events to these users. If you haven't defined anything that is specific to the customer, it'll drop back and use the default email that you've specified. And if you haven't specified one, it will use whatever we've set up as the primary email. So to send alerts to customers when you're setting them up, simply maintain a list of email addresses, and if you want things sent in real time, you can specify just by checking the box that you would like them to get those events as they occur, and that will happen automatically. Now there is one other thing that we've done that's designed to try to make this easier for you to manage. You certainly don't want to send every potential alert to your customers. There's probably going to be just a few very high priority alerts where you want to email your customer. So what we've given you the ability to do is, instead of specifying individual ones for every customer, you can go in and pick this option called Customer Default. And if I've done this, I've set it up for Customer Default, and I'm sending it to gary.patterson@vigilix.com. And when I save that, what it will do is it will look at each event as they occur, and it will determine, is this a customer default? Well, what defines a customer default? When you're over here in the list of conditions where you can set the priority and set the email templates, there's a new option called Customer Default. And if I turn that on for any event, that is now a customer default. And if you've specified on the customer screen to send customer default events to a list of emails that you've set up, then it will automatically send that. And once again, if you've defined a customer subject and body, it will use that customer subject and body. If you haven't, it will use what you've defined under email. And if you have set nothing up, like a lot of these we've got nothing, it will use whatever our default is. So what you can do if you want to communicate with your customers on certain events, you can go in and you can create the voice that you want to use for your customers by setting up a subject and a body specific to that condition in the voice you want for your customer. You can then turn on Customer Default, and from here, once you set that up, all you need to do is, you're setting up your customers, you simply specify a list of email addresses under reporting. So if I wanted to add a new one, I could at akurtz9@gmail.com and tell it I want to send customer defaults. Hit OK, and those are automatically going to send those. Now here's the beauty of this. Let's say you change your mind and there's a new alert that you want to do. If I go back to conditions and I've decided I want to add another one, we want to tell them if there is a disk space alert. So you can set up an email that's going to be sent to your customer in the voice. In this case, I've set it up with, as part of your support contract, we continuously monitor disk space. We've detected spaces low on one or more of your drives, and then the drive percent free. If you have any questions, please call our help desk at 555-555-1212. So you can create this voice. Now when we save that, we now have 3 different alerts that are set up, and without having to go to every customer and tell it now we want to send disk space alert, anytime a disk space alert is detected and we've had that option for customer default selected, anybody in that list is going to get sent the email with the voice that we wanted them to get. So all this is designed to let you set up very high value alerts, whether they're high value because they're important to your customer, or high value because if your customer does something proactively based on getting an email from you, it might actually eliminate a support call. But these are high value items. You want to communicate with your customer. You can very easily go into the Manage Customer screen, tell it you want to send them customer defaults. Here's the list of email addresses where you'd like to send those alerts. Set up the voice on this screen, and those will automatically go. A nice, easy way to manage communication with your customer. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time and appreciate you being a customer.